question of the week. What would it be like to have an Antarctic adventure? That's what we're going to think about today while we're reading our book, okay? The title is, If You Could Go to Antarctica. So already I'm thinking this author is ready to tell me all about Antarctica. Are you ready to learn about Antarctica?
Yeah.
Awesome. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to read a little, and we're going to think a little, and we're going to talk a little. Thumbs up if you're sitting next to your permanent partner or your turn and talk partner. Wonderful. So you guys are all ready to do the thinking and the talking. If you could go to Antarctica. If you could go to Antarctica, you'd probably leave from the tip of South America. So here is the tip of South America. We live up here in North America, we're right about there. This is the tip of South America. And the author is telling us, if you could go to Antarctica, you'd probably leave from the tip of South America. So we'd start there. You'd travel for days in a boat over rough, stormy seas. Antarctica is a huge continent at the South Pole. All of this on this map, this is Antarctica. If you could go to Antarctica, you'd have to be ready for cold, cold weather. It almost never gets warmer than 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freezing. It's not even 32 degrees here. Right? Today it's about 50 degrees. And it never gets warmer than 32 degrees. It's always freezing. So remember, we're always thinking about our question of the week. If you could go on an Antarctic adventure, right? What would it be like? So what has the author told us already to help us answer that question? What would it be like to go on an Antarctic adventure? Turn and tell your partner. Okay, turn back to me. So I already heard some friends tell us that it's going to be cold. We know when the author told us it's 32 degrees or less, we know that's cold. Let's keep reading. In your thickest winter coat, you'd probably still shiver. Everyone, show me shiver. In your thickest winter coat, you'd probably still shiver. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. So what do we already know about Antarctica? What do we already know? What is the author really making a point to tell us? Yes?
It's the coldest continent on Earth.
It's the coldest continent on Earth. It's super duper cold. That is the big idea of what we've read so far, right? So when we're thinking about going on an Antarctic adventure, are you planning to bring some warm clothes?
Yeah.
I'm glad, because we know it is a very cold place. If you could go to Antarctica, you would find snow and ice that almost never melts. On the shore near the sea, the wind can blow 50 miles per hour for weeks at a time. Do you know what it feels like to feel 50-mile-an-hour wind?
No.
If you get hit, if wind is blowing on you that's 50 miles per hour, you can lean your body into it and you can feel it pushing you back. Is that a strong wind?
No.
Yeah. Is that going to make you feel warmer or colder?
Colder.
So why doesn't the snow and ice ever melt? Right here, the author tells us you would find snow and ice that almost never melts. Why? What do we already know? What has the author already told us in this book? Yes. Yeah.
It's really, really cold, and the snow or else will not melt.
So it won't melt. It's so cold there, the snow and ice won't melt. Very smart. If you could go to Antarctica, you might see chunks of snowy ice breaking off, falling into the water. These floating shapes are called icebergs. They crash like thunder as they split from the ice shelf. Ooh. Listen to that sentence again. They crash like thunder as they split from the ice shelf. Okay, well, we need to think about this a little more closely. The author is using the word they. They crash. What's crashing? What's crashing? When I come to words like they, it's called a pronoun. It's like she, he, it. This is the word they. What's they? What is they? Okay, turn and tell your partner. I heard so many partnerships doing such smart reading. Boys and girls, everyone tell me.
Emma.
Everyone tell me, what is they?
The icebergs.
The icebergs. What do you think it means to crash like thunder? What is the author writing down? What does that mean? The icebergs crash like thunder. Turn and tell your partner. Okay, partners, eyes back to me, please.
Sound like thunder?
I heard some really smart ideas. My friend, what were you saying?
It will break apart like thunder.
Like thunder. So what does that mean, like thunder?
Because when the icebergs break apart, they make noise. Yeah.
Yeah, and what kind of noise does thunder make? Describe it.
Boom.
Boom. Is it loud?
Loud.
Is it shocking?
Shocking.
Can it be a little scary?
Yes.
Yes. And these icebergs crash like thunder. Oh my goodness. I like how the author described that to us. Can you imagine these big chunks of ice crashing so loudly that they sound like thunder? Do you need some more